The air in the living room didn't feel like air anymore. It pressed in on me, thick and suffocating, as if I could choke on it. By the door, Sarah's suitcase sat untouched, still zipped, like it hadn't truly made it home with her. I asked casually how her weekend with Claire had gone. She gave me a smile that trembled at the edges, a smile that didn't touch her eyes. Fine, she answered, her voice fragile, unraveling at the seams. That was the moment a shard of dread slid into my chest and stayed there. She'd been slipping away for weeks, even before she left on that trip. Her phone always tilted just out of sight. Her laugh, when it came, too quick and brittle, like it was covering cracks I couldn't see. I told myself it was the pressure of her new job, the long hours, the stress. But when she poured coffee that morning with shaking hands, the kitchen clock ticking like a metronome to my foolishness, I knew better. You look tired, I said carefully, trying not to sound like I was prying. She nodded without looking at me, and for just a second her hand brushed across her stomach in a way that seemed far too deliberate, too protective. My days blurred after that. I started noticing things I'd ignored before. The sharper perfume, like she was masking something. The way her body tensed whenever Claire's name entered the conversation. The silence between us at night. Her steady breathing beside me feeling counterfeit, like a rehearsed performance. I kept insisting to myself I was imagining it. Love didn't sour this quickly. But then her phone lit up on the counter one evening while she showered. Reflex, not mistrust, made me glance. A message from Mark, Claire's husband. Miss you already. Can't wait to see you both. My heart stopped. Both. I didn't confront her. Not then. My mind churned instead, connecting the dots. The late-night calls she said were to Claire. The girls' trip she swore was just the two of them. The barbecue weeks ago, when Mark's hand brushed hers just a little too easily. My stomach twisted. I needed something undeniable, something I couldn't explain away as paranoia. So I waited. I watched her as if she were a stranger living in my house. At dinner she laughed louder than usual, her eyes glazed, her smile brittle. And always, her hand strayed near her stomach. You okay? I asked, forcing calm into my voice. Just jet lag, she murmured, her mouth twitching, and I knew it was another lie. The truth arrived on an ordinary Tuesday. Silent, devastating. I found it in the bathroom trash. A test, 2 pink lines shouting what her trembling hands and distant eyes had already suggested. My knees gave out. I clung to the counter, the cold tile anchoring me while the floor seemed to tilt beneath my feet. When she walked through the door that evening, I was waiting, the test in my hand. Sarah, I said, my voice foreign to my own ears. Whose is it? Her face drained of color, her expression freezing into something that wasn't shock. It was release, like the weight of hiding had been too much. Mark, she whispered. My chest split open. She didn't fall apart. She didn't beg. She stood there, small, resigned, as though she'd already buried us in her mind. It wasn't planned, she said, her voice trembling. But I love him. The words hit like fists, each one emptying the air from my lungs. All I could see was her hand drifting protectively across her stomach, sheltering a future that had no place for me. I left. I walked out beneath a sky too cruel in its brightness, stars sharp enough to cut. Behind me, the house still held her suitcase, her confession, and the life she'd chosen without me. That's when headlights swept across the driveway, and Claire's car pulled in. She stepped out, her face pale, her expression hollow. She had just learned the truth too. Our eyes locked, two people gutted by the same betrayal. And in that quiet, in that terrible recognition, I knew we were both ruined by the same lie.